You can change your whole life today. If you're feeling powerless, you can choose to empower yourself. When you realize this one simple thing, when you stop living at the whim of what others can do for you and you realize that you have everything that you need today within yourself to start making progression into the life of your preference, everything changes. If you stop living at the whim of what others think about you, of others' opinions, of how others make you feel. So instead of getting up every day out of bed and hoping and wishing and coming from the standpoint of lack where you're hoping and wishing these things would happen to you, somebody would call you and give you an opportunity, all this money would end up in your bank account, the perfect partner is going to come right to you, instead of hoping and wishing from the standpoint of lack that you don't have it, shifting into the state of what can I do for myself today? Not from a state of imbalanced ego, but from a place of ultimate and true self-love. You might say, what can I do for myself today? I can't do anything. I feel powerless. There's nothing I can do to change my situation. Let me tell you, yes, you can. In any given moment, we can always choose to focus on what we can do for our mind, what we can do for our body, and what we can do with our attention in any given moment. Our mind, our body, and our attention. What can I do for my mind today? How can I nourish it? Let me get up and do some breath work to clear my mental paradigms that are no longer in alignment with the life that I'm preferring to lead. Let me nourish my mind by meditating, taking a few moments just to get still and breathing and letting myself slow down. The answers, the solutions, they come in the stillness, and that's the quantum field where all potentials reside. If you're constantly overthinking, there's literally no space for you to receive the solution, because the solution can't come in where the problem was created. It has to be, you have to go into the deeper field that is beyond your thinking capacity. We always have the power to nourish our mind, our body, and direct our attention. Just remember that anytime you're feeling powerless or you're feeling like there's nothing you can do about your situation, there's always something to do. And the deepest, truest change that's ever going to make any effect is when it stems from the inner environment and you allow that to direct the external environment rather than trying to let the external environment dictate the inner. So you always have the ability to ask yourself, how can I nourish my mind? How can I nourish my body? How can I direct my attention in a way that's going to nourish and grow the reality that I truly prefer experiencing rather than the one that I don't? You have the power to change your whole life, and it starts with the smallest things. I remember when I used to get out of bed feeling powerless. I remember getting out of bed and hoping or wishing that some big thing would come into my life, even though I wasn't doing anything about it internally to reflect that back to me in my reality. I was just wishing and hoping from the standpoint of lack and, quite frankly, laziness, of not truly wanting to face and energize myself and my life from the inside out. Sometimes we can overcomplicate what it takes to truly change our lives and truly move in a direction of a life that we prefer experiencing. And it's really important not to overcomplicate it. It's very simple. When you rise out of bed each day, remember, activate your mind, activate your body, and activate your attention on the things that you know are nourishing your inner environment. Because the more you can energize your inner environment, you can start to influence and direct the external environment. But if you have no energy, if you're not ever taking the time to nourish your mind, body, and truly get clear on where you're directing your attention, you're constantly just giving out your energy all day without anything giving it back to you. And if that's the case, then your external environment holds more momentum for you than your inner environment. So therefore, your external environment is going to influence your inner environment very, very deeply. So you're going to be wondering what people outside of you can do for you that can help your situation, when it's time to shift into what can I do for myself to change my situation, to shift my situation right now, and taking it back into your own hands of, okay, what is my self-identity? What is the concept of myself? What is the person who I prefer to be in that life? What are they thinking today? What would they be thinking? And if that's not in alignment with what you're thinking, you know you're not going to be in resonance with that reality. So you have to start giving yourself the energy to be able to imagine up these self-concepts of the person living the life that you truly prefer to be living. And if you don't have enough energy flowing through you, then sometimes it's a little more challenging to start to imagine into a reality that hasn't shown up yet. That's why I'm saying when you rise out of bed, it's so simple. Activate your breath. Do whatever kind of breath work. Just connect to your breath. Even if that's just a few deep breaths. If you want to take it further, I have 5 3-minute videos to 30-minute videos on my YouTube that can really start to deepen that practice for you. Activate your breath. Take a moment of stillness. Take a moment of stillness just to be. Let yourself tap into being again, because being is the place where the inspo and the true divine or the quantum or God or whatever you want to call it, that energy can come in if you're listening. So taking a moment to activate your breath, taking a moment to be still, and just letting your breath come in and out, letting your mind seeing, okay, what am I thinking? You just are observing. You're not trying to get all the thoughts to go away. You're just simply focusing on your breath, seeing what comes up. Okay, this is what's on my carousel of thoughts today. Okay, that thought is nurturing the reality that I truly prefer living. Okay, that thought definitely is a past thought that isn't growing that reality. That's growing something that I'm not interested in living anymore. But if you don't ever take the time to energize yourself and then be with yourself, you don't have any idea what kind of mental images have been constructed that have been dropped down into your feeling states that have been creating your reality. So, for example, when I get up now, I rise out of bed and I immediately focus on my breath. Activate the breath, activate the mind, let yourself be still, let yourself let yourself listen, let yourself get clear on what is vibrating within you. Next, activate your body. Move the body. The body wants to move. The body wants to stay supple and strong. Whatever that is, getting out for an AM walk, going and running up an incline one time, doing some burpees, doing yoga, whatever kind of movement resonates with you. And you can always diversify your movement, but get the body moving some way. It's so important because our bodies want to be engaged with, and whenever these vessels are being cared for and strong, the energy can flow through at a much greater level, giving you the energy and the inspiration to stay aligned with the life that you truly prefer. Thirdly, your attention. After you have activated your mind with breath and being, you move into your body and you get the body moving in some way that feels good, and is that it's strengthening and it's stretching and it's activating for the body. Then you move into taking a moment to direct your attention. I love starting the day with focusing on what I'm grateful for, and I'll focus on what I'm grateful for in the present tense. I'm so grateful to get to rise up every day and do exactly what I prefer. I'm so grateful to have my beautiful loved ones around me. I'm so grateful to be impacting people's lives and doing what I love on a daily basis, and then also start to get in the mindset of what you're grateful for that maybe you haven't seen yet manifest physically in your reality, but you're already giving thanks for it because you know that you're growing that reality. So if that's making a certain amount of money per month, or if that's living the life and going on adventures with your dream partner, or that's getting to some level of physical vitality and health, go ahead, even if it hasn't shown up in your reality. Let the universe know that you're growing these and that you're ready to see these reflected back to you because it's who you truly are. When you choose to take full responsibility for your current state of being, you're no longer outsourcing that responsibility to anybody or anything from the past, anything. When you choose to take full responsibility of your state of being in this moment, you take back the power to manifest the life you truly prefer living. I know it can sometimes feel like, if I fully take responsibility for everything I'm feeling right now, that can be a little scary or a little daunting. But to me, it's very liberating, because then you can truly start to seed yourself with the seeds that you want to see grow in the garden of your life. Rise up every day, activate the mind, activate the body, activate your attention. Stillness, being, get the body moving, strengthen yourself. Focus your attention. Take a moment to focus on the reality of the you in the reality that you know that you're here to live. 30 seconds even, focusing on what is that person thinking, what are they feeling, what are they seeing, who are they interacting with, what are the combos they're having. All of these things, start to tune into that, and it will start to grow that for you, even if you can't see it yet. What can I do for myself today? How can I care for my mind, my mental? How can I care for my body, my feelings? How can I direct my attention and place it on the things that I am truly growing, that I'm here to joyfully and lovingly and expansively experience? I'm beaming all the love to you. You have everything that is essential for you to change your life today. You have the power. You are the power. The power is flowing through you. Nourish your mind, your body, and keep your attention focused on the things that you truly prefer experiencing. Have a beautiful day. I'm always here if you have any questions about anything that I've talked about, and to support your journey. Mwah.